Hey guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to the QA part 6. Today we have very interesting three questions. Why, where do you use Enum in your framework or in your project? How to print all the drop-down values? How to print the page title without using the getTitle functions? So two Selenium and one is Java basically, right? So let's go with the last one as usual. So we are going to print the title without the usage of the getTitle function, right? So getTitle function basically going to return us like the title of the page. So we are going to understand that like how it's work. Okay, so of course we should not use the getTitle. So what we can use is the JavaScript executor. Okay, so in the JavaScript executor we have to pass a query, and I'm going to teach you that query now. So how to inspect that or how to get that in the console. Okay, so if I say like document dot title, that will return me the page title basically, right? So here we have LetCode and here it's document title, so we got it right. So we have to use this query in the JavaScript executor. Apart from this, can I use window.title? No, I believe so. Document.title is the appropriate one. Okay, so let's go and see how to do the coding. So as usual, we have to invoke the browser first. So I'm going to use the Chrome driver for that. Okay, and then I can say like driver dot get the URL, so we'll get our letCode.in, and then what I have to use, I have to use like driver dot JavaScript execute basically. So we can say like execute script, and then we have to pass the query here, right? So document and then followed by dot title. So document, is the spelling correct? Yeah, it's correct. Okay, so this is fine. So this execute script is going to return me an object, so I can store that here. Let's say that name as a title, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do the sysout. But if I do the same, it will not work, because what happening here is basically when I say document title, it's going to return me the title, so I have to store the return type, right? So for that, here I have to use a keyword called return, and we are saying like return document title, that will be stored in this particular variable and we can print that. Okay, so now let's execute and check this one. So we are going to run this using Java application, and I believe it should work fine. It's very easy, right? That's it. So we, here you can see we got the title as a LetCode, right? So that's it. Very pretty much cool, right? So execute script, with the help of execute function, we can do all the things. Like we can do the click action, we can do the type, we can get the attribute, we can get do the get text, title, whatever you call it, all the web driver functions, we can do it. Okay. Just do let me know in the comments if you want to learn all the execute script uh, like this one, right? So all the queries or all the strings from the execute script. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. So how to print all the drop down values. So what is drop down? Drop down is basically the select, right? So for example, in a website we can go to the select and we can select any of this. So if I inspect this, you can see that we have a select class. That means of course it's a drop down, and within that we have all the options. So the question says like print how to print all the drop down values in the sense, this is what, so within the select we always have the options, so these are the values, so we have to print it. So first of all, of course, we have to find this one, id equal to fruits. Before that, of course, I have to write all this code, so I'll just copy, and here I have the another class, so I'll just paste it over here. Okay, and then I have to change the URL. Then we have to find the element first, right? So driver dot find element by dot id, and then the id value, which is fruits. Okay, and let me store that in a web element. Let's name this like fruits itself. Now of course I have to create the object for the select, right? So select, and then followed by we can give a name cell equal to new select the constructor, and within the constructor we have to pass the web element, that is fruits here, right? That's it, pretty much cool. So we found the select class, I mean the drop down first. From the drop down we have to print all the values. So the method name is get all options, sorry, get options, and that's going to return me list of web element. Okay, so we can store that in a like options, and I can go with loop, so I can print like for each or maybe for iterator, whatever you want. Okay, so I just go with for each, And so this is my source, and this is my data type, and this is my variable. Okay, so we'll just name this like option. Okay, opt. And of course it's a web element, so we have to print the text. So for that we have to use the get text. So opt dot get text. Now let's run and confirm, and once the script is completed, I'm just going to quit just to save some memory. Let's run this. And here you can see we got all the options like select fruit, apple, mango, orange, banana, pineapple. We got everything. Okay, that's a very easy one. So let me repeat once again. First we have to find that particular drop down. From the drop down we have to use this function like get options, that will return list of web element. If you're going to write the code, that's fine, but if you're going to say theoretically, just mention everything like what is list, what is a web element. In the sense, you don't have to go deeper with like what is list, the properties of list. Just say like the get options is the function name which is going to return the list of web element, and from the web element we have to use the function get text to print the values. Okay, I hope you got it. Now let's go to the third one. So for that, basically we have to understand what is enum. Enum is very easy. So it's like just a special class that represents a group of constants. It's like a final variable. Okay, so once we declare, we cannot change the values. So that is what enum. How does that going to help us? Let me give you an example. So what I'm going to do, of course I do not have the framework, entire framework to give you a demo. So I will just create one class and I will just show you one function. Okay, let's assume that I'll just name this like find locators, something like that. Okay, so just a class name. Okay, and here within this I'm going to create a function to find the elements. Basically we don't use like driver dot find elements to find the element in the framework level. Of course we use that internally, but we just wrap it within a method for easy access. Let me show you. So I'm just going to say like public, and the return type is going to be web element, and then I can say like element. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and here let's say that we have a string. Okay, so we are going to have a string like locator type, and then locator value. Okay, so string then followed by the value. Okay, so locator value, this is like your locator value. Okay, and why we are getting error? Because we do not have the return type. We will return it. Okay, so I'm going to write a switch case here, and then in the switch case what we will do, we will just take this locator type. Okay, so here we'll say like locator type, and if the locator type is going to be your id. Okay, if the locator type is going to id, it will just find the it will return the basically the locator. Okay, so of course I have to create a um, driver, so you can use the Chrome driver here, or else I can use the remote web driver so that it can be used to run in multiple browser as well. Okay, so return, I mean remote web driver. Okay, now of course I have to create the object, so we'll do that later on, not a problem. And here I can say like return driver dot find element, and then I can say like id, and the value is this one. Okay, so what are the value we are going to pass? We are going to return it. And here I'm getting some error because in the switch we are passing the string that is supported from the JDK version of 1.7, and I have default like 1.5. So we are going to change that. Just mouse over and do the change project compliance to 1.7. That is pretty much fine. Okay, so issue is resolved. Now here we cannot use return as well as the break, so I'll just remove the break here. Okay, just let me write quickly one more just to show you the demo. So I'm going to say like xpath, and here we'll say like driver dot find element by xpath. Okay, that's it. Yeah, really good. Okay, and here we are getting error because if this case match, then only it will do the return, or else it won't return. So in the default we can say like return, maybe you can just return the null. That is pretty much fine, I think. Yeah, that is pretty much. So if none of the cases matches, it is going to return the null value. Okay, now let's say that we are going to use this element function to find a element. Okay, so what I'm going to do is uh, of course, right, so we can create the object and we can return this element. That is pretty much fine. So let's not waste that time. What I will do, I will just create a main method here. Let's say that I'm going to create a main method and I'm going to execute the code here itself. Okay, so driver equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, so I'm going to create this one, and then what I'm going to do, so here we have the static, so that is why we are not able to get it. So we'll just convert this everything as a static, just to make it easy. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to say like driver dot get, and we will load the URL first. So let's take it from here. So I'm going to find this one, and here we'll say it. Okay, and then I have to find the element, right? So element, and here I can say like the value is going to be id, and then we are going to say like the id value, which is fruits here, right? So fruits, and that's going to return me a web element. I can store it, and maybe um, I can just use the same code to print all the options. Let's check whether it's going to work here. Okay, now I'll just change this to this. Okay, so that's it. So what we have done is we have loaded the URL, and then we have used this function called element, which I have to pass two parameters. One is the id and another one is the fruits. So this will go within this function where the locator type will be id. So it will take it from here and it will find the value using this particular value, and then it will return the web element. That is what we have stored here, and based on that we have printed all the values, right? Then once the program is done, I'll just quit the driver. Okay, now let's run and check whether it's working fine or not. Still now we haven't seen what is the enum. We are just checking our code. Assume that this is like your basic framework. Okay, so here you can see we got all the data. That means our code is correct as of now. Okay, and here you can see we are passing id xpath. Similarly, we can have like multiple, like we can have the link text, partial link text, all the locators. So all the 8 locators we can have. Okay, now here instead of id, if I say like id in the capital, let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to run this now again. Okay, and here you can see we got a exception, and that says like we have null, I think. Okay, because we have written the null, and here we got null pointer exception that is coming from the line number 27, because this element is null. So select code is not working, and of course the script got failed. The problem here is in the element we are stating that we have to say like we have to pass the string value. But if someone doing wrong, let's say that we have done a spelling mistake or the uppercase lowercase, then of course it's a problem. So the uppercase is also not a big deal. So here we can say like do lowercase, and that will do the job. But if we change the value itself, for example, if I say like instead of id, let's say that we have given like sd, just typo. Okay, so we have done the typo here. So if I run this, of course it will give me null pointer exception, correct? So here the enum can help us to define the actual static values. For example, let me create an enum here. Okay, so I'm going to use the same class. Yeah, so of course you can create a separate file or you can have it within the same class. So here we have the enum and we have named it like locators. Okay, and let's say that we have few of the values. For example, I can say like id and then followed by xpath. It can be uppercase or lowercase, doesn't really matters. For example, I can say like link text. That is also fine. We can have any of the case sensitive. Okay, and whatever we have css, and what else we have. So we have the class name, so I can say like class name, and then I have the name. I can have the name, and all others you can fill it, right? Now how this enum is going to help us is basically here instead of string locator type, what can I say is I can say like locators, that is my enum, and I can give some name to it. Okay, so let me just give the same guy here. Okay, and two uppercase, two lowercase is not necessary. We'll just remove it here. Okay, now here you can see that, let me expand this. Okay, so here we are using the type as a locators, I mean the enum, right? So here also I have to use the same switch case. I can say like locator type. I can use it directly. I can say like if it's class name, then this will work. So here it should be like ID in uppercase, and here it should be like your XPath. So you have to just fill all the other enum values as well. Okay. So how this is going to help us is basically, for example, here you can see now these element functions need two parameters. One is the locator, that is enum, and another one is the string. So we have the string here. Here we are going to change. So we have to say like locators dot, and here you can see we are getting all the suggestions, as well as we cannot do any of the typo, right? So basically when I give dot, it will suggest me, hey, you have ID on the caps only, so you have to use it. If you want to use the link text, you just give control space, it will give you all the suggestions. So what is the benefit? We won't do any typos or the case sensitive problems, right? So that is the beauty of enum. It's like your final variable. Once we declare, we cannot change it. It is very useful. We can use this in our project, in your framework, wherever you want. So like this, if you have the locators, or for the browsers also, you can see you can create, because browsers are very limited. Like we have mostly 5. Mostly we use the Chrome, Firefox, and the Edge, right? So if you are on Mac, of course, the Safari. So we can create browser name as well, and within your switch or within your if, you can use the locators as a data type. Okay, so that is the beauty of enum. It might be little lengthy, sorry for that, but I hope you got the idea entirely. Okay, so that's it for this video. We have covered the another 3, and stay subscribed. I have plenty of questions. I'll be uploading as soon as possible. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and if you like the video, do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.